Hey, shit, I have less time to find a poem.
Are we after partying, Reggie? I need to know. Like,
sure, we are also live. Wonderful. Yeah, if you want to be a part of the after party, you have to sign up for the slam and compete and make friends with us. And this is the Oakland. Damn, whew, child. Let's run this back. We're gonna pretend that first like 30, 45, maybe a minute and a half, it didn't happen. Rewind, run back in time. Welcome to the Oakland Poetry Slam. My name is Reggie, and I will be your host for this evening. Wonderful. Like this is, yeah. I'm really excited for tonight. We have an amazing feature. I always love having her here at Oakland Slam, Alex the Great. We also have an amazing lineup of poets. Our list is small but mighty today. But before we begin, I have to thank the people that make this show possible, our supporters on Patreon. We have been rocking it out online, on and off for 2 years now. And it is only because of the support of our monthly donors. They allow us to be able to pay our winners, pay our artists, our features, our educators, all that good jazz, keep the lights on without charging anyone anything to participate in our virtual shows. So I'd like to give a special shout out to Alice Nami, Melody Montgomery, Stephanie Yaboa, Renee Edmonds, Emily Chow, and Kelly for being regular supporters. I'd like to give a thank you to Jessica Kozakit for sponsoring one of our weekly workshops. And a special thanks to Alice Grimm and Rebecca Abraham for pledging $100 a month in support of one of our venues, the Allen Bluford Center. If you like what you see here and you want to support the work that we do, you can go to patreon.com/richoakevents to donate now. All right. So we're going to get into this show. We have, like I said, we have a small but mighty list of poets, and they will be reading in this order. We have Nicole Tracy, we have Kelsey Daniels, and we got Kaya. Give it up for everybody who's going to be up on this mic tonight. Gang, 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 gang. Woo. You can unmute yourself. Like, don't be shy. We're all family. You know? Woo. Right? Like, don't be scared of us. We don't bite without permission. Like, unless like your actual food. Like, I'm sorry, if you're a taco, be scared because I'm gonna eat you. So any anthropomorphic tacos, be aware. And you know, take whatever space that you need. And speaking of space, in order to keep this space fair, in order to keep this space popping, we have to have some rules. So first, for our poets, no props, no costumes, no musical accompaniment, no nudity. We do not need to see your genitals. This is a family live stream, and Tino is the only one allowed to get it taken down. But more importantly than keeping your clothes on is our time limit. You got a time limit of 3 minutes with a grace period of 10 seconds. After 3 minutes in that grace period of 10 seconds, you'll get deducted points by our scorekeeper, Alexis. After 4 minutes, you will be muted and you will be removed from the spotlight, and I will have to come back up unprepared, probably like in the middle of taking a snap or something, you know, like I'm gonna choke, I'm gonna cough, I'm gonna die. It's going to be very, very not good. So keep me alive and don't go over 4 minutes. Next, for the judges, thank you for judging. You have the hardest job tonight. You'll be giving every poet a score from a 0.0 to a 10.0 scale. 0.0 being the worst thing you have ever heard in your life. It's like trash on top of baby wipes that have been used. It's on top of adult diapers that have also been used, which is on top of Sarah Palin, which thankfully hasn't been used. Point being, that's like a whole lot of bullshit in one place, and that's just a 2.5. Like I said, If I cough, I die. Please don't make me cough anymore. A 10 is the best thing you ever heard in your life. It's like dairy-free ice cream with like, I don't know, like sprinkles. I like sprinkles. It's ice cream with sprinkles. And that's just an 8.5 point being. There's not a lot of zeros. There's not a lot of 10s. Score accordingly. There's this thing called score creep, where as the night goes on and we may be partaking in things that make us get a little more in the vibes. You might think that the poetry at the end sounds better than the poetry at the beginning. But that's not fair to the people who went first when you were sober and vibeless. So to help with that, we will have a sacrificial poet, someone who is not competing, but you are going to score them as if they are. Any poems you like more, score them higher. Any poems you don't like as much, score them lower. Cool. Next for you, the audience. You have rules too. First, I need you to like, share, subscribe on whatever channel you are watching us on. We do hella shit every fucking month. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, it's like what, 14, 15 things now? When you separate our writing workshops and all of our shows and shit. Yeah, it's a lot of shit to remember. I sure as hell don't. And that's why I use social media to keep track of what's going on, because we always post. So you'll just be scrolling and know that something's happening this weekend or tomorrow. And you want to be in the know. You want to sweetie tap in to what we are doing. And then more important than checking in and staying informed is being present. And you can do that by showing your love in the comment section for every single poet that's going to touch this stage tonight. Say the lines that you like, congratulate them, give them thanks. Really praise these poets. It is mad dry being in a Zoom room full of people you may or may not know. And it's really heartwarming to go back and see the comments that people share, but don't be a dick. We block people. We don't argue. We too grown, so don't even try to play that shit. You're not gonna get any playtime. You're just gonna sit up there and look dumb at home that you spent your time trying to be hateful, and we're not gonna stand for that. So keep it cute, keep it classy, keep it loving, but also keep it popping, lit. Cool. We have our rules. We have our poets. We have our audience and judges. Are we ready to start the show?
Woo!
No, we need our sacrificial poet, someone to get the judges ready for poetry. Say, spill the blood.
Spill the blood.
And give it up for your sacrificial poet, Reggie.
Gang, gang.
Gang, 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 gang.
Gang. Buku. Buku.
Aerodynamics of the American Negro. We did not fly, but we did escape the South, a home, a country, a genocide. Some say my grandmother broke her wings when she landed north of the violence and still did not find freedom. But she still knew how to read the wind well enough to predict rain. Some say my mother defeathered her tail to build a home out of sticks and mud, but she knew how to keep us warm when the frost came to ice us out of inheritance. My family is two flaps short of finding safety and still a gust away from whatever tries to kill us. Do birds question the breeze when it threatens to push them out of the sky? Did I question this country when it threatened to cheat me out of my home? No. There is no God that can command me to abandon my roost. When the sky falls, you will find me in the storm that brought it down, regrowing plumage over finger bones, unbroken, remarrowed, wings spread, ready to take flight again. Give it up for the poet. Woo! Oh my goodness, who were they? They were so fine. I want their number. Not really though, but like, who were they? Lit judges, send your scores over to the scorekeeper. Lit. Oh my God, I can't breathe behind this choker. Lit judges. This is the longest we're going to give you to send your scores. Please send them in as soon as possible. We like to announce the score of the last poet after the next poet. All right. Now that we are all warmed up, now that we are properly lubricated, hydrated, ready to slip and slide into this night of poetry. I already fucking lost the list. We are gonna jump right into it, which means on deck we have Kelsey Daniels. But give maximum love to our first poet competing in the slam. Give it up for Nicole.
Woo!
Yeah.
Mic check.
We can hear you.
I don't remember when or why I noticed you, just that I did. I'm 12 and way too into Twilight because all of my friends are too. I'm sure I would describe us meeting as magnetic. Magnets operate based on attraction and repulsion. Attraction, you are a year older and think I am cute. Outside force, my friends say we are adorable and push us together. Attraction, I think every fight with my mother is the end of the world, and you listen. I feel seen, I feel heard, I feel loved. Repulsion, you move on to high school and I spend every day counting down until we are together again, and I resent you for enjoying high school. Attraction, I see you once a week for an hour and it is the best hour ever until repulsion, now it's not. You casually bring up more than kissing, and I am afraid of the way my own body develops. Attraction, I am labeled the cool girlfriend and think that means your friends like me. Attraction, my mother thinks you are the perfect first boyfriend. Outside force, I will be going to the same high school as you. I take this to mean a sign from the universe and plan college and a first apartment and marriage and kids. Attraction, I can finally see you every day. Well, school days at least. And your friends know me. Repulsion, my friends do not know you. Repulsion, you tell me your high school friends ask if we are having sex. You ask me to lie and say yes, so you are the envy of high school. Outside force, the Jesus freak in my gym class finds out, calls me a slut, and this becomes my reputation. Easy A has just come out and I want to be just like Olive Pendergast. Attraction, I like the way it feels when we kiss and hands wander. Repulsion, I do not like myself much afterwards. Repulsion, you tell me one of your best friends lost their virginity. Attraction, you tell me you want me to be your first, and I call this romantic. Attraction, you buy condoms, we make a plan. It is awkward and confusing, but I have no regrets. Repulsion, it does not feel good. You tell me it does. Attraction, you tell me we have so much time to figure it out, so there is no pressure. Outside force, you didn't mean it when you said you had patience. Repulsion, God, I hope I never see you again. Repulsion.
Gang. Give it up for the poet. Oh my God. Yes. And for reference, oh God, that's actually really fucking tiny. Let me see if I can blow this up. Jesus. Okay. And for reference, the sacrifice got a 25.9. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet, never the points. The poet, never the points. All right. You know, you have your opinions on the judges, and you are free to share your opinions on the scores. I'm not here to say anything other than the scores don't matter. It's all about the poetry, but you feel how you feel and you can say what you say. I'm not going to stop you. Sway the judges if you want to. I hear they're very steadfast and loyal, so try it if you want. But on deck, we have Kaya. But give maximum love to the next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Kelsey Daniels.
Woo!
Gang.
Y'all can hear me?
We hear you.
So picture this. It's November 2020, shortly after JoJo and them won, yay democracy. And this white man tags me in a Facebook post thanking me and other Black women for being local Stacey Abrams. And Karen, that's her real name, comments, I want Black women to run this country, then I'll be at peace. So who's gonna tell her? Because clearly I don't give off unfriendly Black hottie enough, and these white women still think I'm safe and not a grown titty woman whose areolas are not Felice. I don't know nothing about birthing no babies or nursing a nation Pamela. This pussy does not pop for platitudes. I know how quickly these compliments turn contract. Black women are not your anti-racism manuals or your gateway drugs empathy. Unhand me, Caroline. I am Kelsey O. Daniels. The O stands for Olivia, but today it's oh bitch, let me tell you, I have learned to say my name with oomph, like it leaving my lips may be the last time it is drenched in knowing, and a love that holds all of me valuable, no proof of utility needed. Riddle me this, Rebecca. Why does your intersectional feminism look like a one-way street? You have learned the language and left the lesson. You want Black women to run this country so you can punch up, as if America hasn't been trying to drag us down for centuries. Oh, Susan. I know an op when I see one, and an uninspired one at that. If all you had to offer the world in your sister's failure was a pink pussy hat parade, what makes you think you deserve any rest? You're not even putting in the effort to drag me into servitude. It's giving delusional, sweetie. And even in this, I know that the most dangerous white women historically are those who are laughing right now, thinking I couldn't possibly be talking about them. Those who will offer themselves out of their privilege and my oppression. Those who will pledge allegiance to my leadership as long as it doesn't make them uncomfortable, because when push comes to shove, all they will have to offer to my movement is symbolic gestures and tears. I do not exist to be a captain save a white lady. No Karen's backdoor work order against me shall prosper, baby. If I did run this country, I'll be too busy reclaiming my peace to give a fuck about a Karen.
Gang. Give it up for Kelsey.
God damn. Woo!
Yes. And for reference, Nicole got a 26.4. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet and never the point. The poet and never the point. All right. We are moving through this list because on deck we have our feature, Alex the Great. I'm really excited. But give maximum love to our last poet in the first round. Give it up for Kaya.
Woo! Ow. Mic check.
We hear you.
Okay. Do you still see me?
Yes.
The Hottentot lights the gas here. Nothing matters but your pain and the wet stage he left you dancing on with all your dreams rotting between your legs. You stumble your way into a scorched golden bigotry the first time you decapitate your own fortune with silence. He is unreachable on Messenger. You're burning the paintings you made in the park. His Instagram is gone. You're searching the wind for his smell. Devastation
frustration and rage hopscotching between your thirst and the law. Your messages are green. You want him to come fuck you, but he's working on himself. You're crying so much you may disappear into a tragic night and a playlist of every song he sang to your salty stomach. Self-sabotage is the funniest coffin, a wailing tomb in the middle of a ghost circus. You are chasing the haints of every kiss he offered your dry neck, begging for an encore. You're the ringmaster of your own heartbreak, bitch. Watch yourself split a healthy love into ash. Watch the crazy bitch moments marathon in your eyelids like angry Olympian fables. You are a paper lantern menagerie of drama with a jealous green flame on your tongue, and you keep running to men with butane on their lips. Your name is fatigue, and you let the ice cream melt in your car. Love is more a hallucination than a bone. Every time you lay down, a million deceitful faces swim in your heart. Sleep is where you beat your demons' asses the most, scarfing down their soggy defeat like strawberry burger wrappers. Hope is a lonely, dry tea bag, desperate for the taste of fog. A Capricorn touches you in the moistest hours of the night, yearning for everything but your cold, honest absence. So you pull out your flashcards and study touch. You often feel like an engulfed child. A sad yellow cloud screams another man's name into your skin. Every syllable stretched into the most wretched, devastating feathers and brittle, horny memories. You met your soulmate this summer and cursed him because you just can't love another white man again, huh?
Gang. Give it up for Kaya. Ooh, ah, what? Yes. All right. Oh, great. People can hear me now. Gang. Let's see. Kelsey got a 27.7. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poetry. Never the points. The poet. Never the points. Before I introduce our feature, can I see? I'm going to stall. Can I stall? Yeah, I can stall. I'm going to stall for our scores for the last poet. Damn, now that round is over, I can say something about it. Excuse me, what the fuck? What? Wow. Damn, just what? Like, I don't know if you noticed, but the writing was on the point. Because it was on point. And if you want your writing to also be on point, you should come to one of our writing workshops. It's a segue. Everybody get your helmets on. It's a dangerous motor vehicle. A lot of deaths. Not very safe. Segue. But no, we have a writing workshop at the beginning of every show, or before every show at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you'd like to join us, you can go over to our Instagram, Oakland Slam, for more information. We always post the Zoom link there. We'd love to see you there. And I have Kaya's score. Kaya got a 27.7. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet, never the points. The poet, never the points. All right. I'm really excited for this feature because, like, the first time that I saw Alex perform was at Oakland Slam. It wasn't Oakland Slam, it was a collaboration. It was Battle of the Ages. We do a show every year with our fiscal sponsor, Bay Area Creative, where they bring in a couple of youth teams. We provide some adult teams. They battle it out. It's really cute. And we had it that year at the complex here in Oakland. I remember, like, it wasn't just that Alex rocked the house. Alex inspired my kids to a level that, like, I hadn't seen, because, like, some of the kids that were there were my kids, like kids that I was teaching and coaching. And like the way that I saw them light up when Alex hit the stage, that's what really touched me, because like, you know, it's hard to get youth engaged in poetry, even when they are engaged in poetry, and just to see them like automatically gravitate towards Alex, like, is a testament to like how she can command a stage, and just her writing and her performance. It was one of the most beautiful nights, and a lot of it was because she was there. But I'm gonna read this bio, because it's a bio. Alex the Great, given real encouragement amongst turmoil, period, is a spoken word artist, speaker, playwright, actress, vocalist, and activist. She has been touring colleges, giving keynotes, and performing poetry since 2018. She was a member of the 2013 Dallas Slam team and 2014 Fort Worth Slam team, as well as a 4-time competitor in the Women of the World Poetry Slam. She is the runner-up for the 2018 National Civil Rights Museum Drop the Mic Poetry Slam and a 2017 Women of the World Poetry Slam finalist. A graduate of the University of California, Irvine, with a BA in African American Studies, and Claremont Graduate University with a MA in Cultural Studies. She has performed since 2011 in various venues, colleges, and stages across the country. She has shared the stage with actress Irma P. Hall, Reverend Jesse Jackson, actor Darren Henson, and R&B singer Noel Gordon. Her work has been published in Ilia's Honey, Bohemia, The Voices Project, The Legendary, and Linden Avenue, as well as Grits, Girls Raised in the South, an anthology on Southern queer women's voices and their allies, awarded Best Women Show by One Woman Show by the Houston Fringe Festival. Her show Passport to Womanhood, directed by Prudence Sneed, made its debut in 2013 and toured for 2 years. She is the author of Sticks and Stones Don't Break My Bones, 2012, Black Souls Dance on Beat, 2015, and Everything My Daddy Taught Me, 2019. Recently, she saw the opportunity to create a scholarship for other folk in academia in African American studies like herself, called the Alex the Great Award for Black Studies Scholar. While not performing, speaking, or doing other diversity work, her 24/7 job is being a mother to a vivacious 3-year-old little girl. Her self-care routine involves peanut butter M&Ms, period, prayer, period, and sleep, period. She lives by the motto, whatever you do, let it be bold. I need y'all to give a loud, like, I want it to sound like there's 50 niggas in here. I need y'all to give a like hella big round of applause for your feature of the night, Alex the Great. Oh,
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. All right. Hey, oh my God, spotlight. Act like y'all don't see my face breaking out. All right. My name is Alex the Great. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. I'm not gonna get too hyped tonight. I'm gonna keep it kind of mellow, and yeah, I think I'm gonna name this set Naked, because I'm looking for y'all in some way. So I'm also not gonna do a lot of talking in between poems. We can have conversations afterwards. You can definitely connect with me online. If I don't know you already, my website, alexthegreat.com, is the best place to go. And you can find my social channels from there too. But yeah, let's do some poems. Family tree. I was born the daughter of a Baptist minister and a raging drunk, a walking contradiction. In a world of chaos, poetry is my balance. I watched my mother drown her sorrows in the bottom of a bottle, and every night she slowly shred every ounce of my father's manhood from his palms. I can only imagine why he needs to hold everything so close now. There's a certain calm silence in keeping control. I was a byproduct of Southern roots and city streets. A little bit of yes, ma'am, no, sir, and a whole lot of nigga, please. I was taught to be independent. I know all about real women who don't cry, don't slouch, but who can stand, can fight, can excel, can fly. But I also know what it's like to be hurt sometimes. I know how brokenheartedness feels. I know what disharmony looks like. I know what being with someone but being lonely is. Everything I learned about life, I learned from my father. I learned how to rip my heart clean from my chest and place it in the hands of another man. I learned how to cradle insecurities, how to nurse them, wean them, and set them free. I learned how to be me, how to stand defiantly behind my dreams. I learned how to take criticism, how to handle myself, and how to sacrifice to get by. Now I know how to survive. I know what disharmony looks like. I know how brokenheartedness feels. I know what being with someone but being lonely is. Everything I learned about love, I learned from my mother. I learned how to break a man, how to break a man, how to break a man in half before I learned how to build myself. I learned how to disrobe my flesh, bury my bones beneath the earth's core before I could learn how to walk in my skin. I learned how to unveil spirits from a bottle before I could praise the God in me. I learned how to love so recklessly. Hands up, feet on the gas, blindfolded, ready to crash. I learned how to be my mother's child. I am them and they are me. I am the fruits of their family tree.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you. I feel like that was profit. Thank you, everybody. Y'all could unmute and woo if you want to. That's fine. All right. So there's that. And that's kind of my origin story in short. And then, you know, some years pass, some shit happens. And yeah, my dad's gone. So the evening I got the news, my daddy, his heart put in resignation, effective immediately, meaning it stopped, quit working. But this time it was for real. See, it had quit before, spouting some complaint about all this overtime and no pay, but it just shows up again the next day. A bunch of idle threats, I guess. Lazy, in fact, barely gets the job done. Let's call it insubordinate. Got written up one too many times. Verbal warnings are infractions no one takes heed to, but a written record is permanent, yeah. Except there was no collecting unemployment. My daddy's heart quit that day. And I had to go to work. And I had to come home, help my mother to collect herself off the floor, piece back together our fractured family while nursing a 3-month-old baby. She had no knowledge of the way our world turned on its axis. I don't have enough to nourish us both. I have been mothering everyone since then. They say that a nursing mother loses twice as many calories than they can consume in one feeding. A constant game of playing catch up. Grief is a murderous beast on the brain. It's 5 years later, and sometimes I still forget to eat. But I remember that my daddy's gone, and I get angry, so angry that his heart clocked out that day.
Woo!
Let's fucking go.
This motherfucker really go woo. Oh God. Can you woo? Oh, who was it? Jeffrey Osborne. Can you woo, woo, woo? Look at that. All right.
I love you too.
Thank you. Appreciate
And
it.
that's what that my mama and my baby boo.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, trying to look at my set. What I want to say. Words, words, words. Okay. So I gave a little bit of my family tree, and now this poem is my daughter's origin story. I imagine one day, could be someday soon, rather than a good morning, my daughter will want to greet me with a barrage of questions, an unending interrogation to discover how she got here. She will not be satisfied with the science of it all, except to say the physics, laws of attraction. She will not want the fluff, soft enough to cushion her little head. She will poke holes in my responses until she feels her porous brain is no longer a sin for gluttony. And I will have to tell her the truth. Her father was a wishing well. I was just a girl full of broken dreams. He sucked me dry of all my pennies. I was just a gaping hole who's run out of her good luck. There is no love story here, No metaphors to sugarcoat the sheer sadness of it all. The only thing that makes this even remotely close to a fairy tale is that you, my sweet child, are the happy ending I never thought I'd get.
Go KK.
Yes, go KK. So lucky and blessed you are here. Right. His name was George. I didn't know much about him before that summer. I don't know that I know much now, but enough of the fact that he was alive. At one point in time, breath flowed freely through his body. He mustered up just enough to call out for his mama, 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 mama. I turned my head and Kayleen's smile brightens up the four corners of the living room. She just learned how to spell her name, her whole name this time, first and last. His name was George. The heaviness sits on me like a weighted blanket, thick enough to cover, but also heavy enough to smother. And I pause for a moment, stop to catch my breath. I caress my notebook in tenderness, and I realize that sometimes I stutter to say my own name, but his name was George. All right. So, damn, I can't cheer for my friend without getting in trouble. Who is that? Is that you, Prophet? No one is in trouble. Folks
That's Colin with his little baby.
Oh, okay. All right then. Okay, Colin, don't cheer. Don't wake up the baby then. I'm not keeping up with time because fuck the time. So if you want me to stop, then you'll say shut up.
You got time for like 3 more poems?
Okay then. Yeah.
I ain't trying to get beat up. I'll never say that.
I can't beat you up to the computer. Okay, next poem. 30 Irrational Fears to Live By, written after Ebony Hogan. 1. The noises you often think you are hearing when you are home alone is not a figment of your imagination. There is a crazed man lurking in the shadows to kill you too. The boogeyman is real. He lives in whiteface, wears a 3-piece suit with his nose up, and denies you bank loans. 3. The next man you give your heart to will use it as a napkin to wipe the mess from his devouring your feelings. 4. All of your ungodly eating habits will result in you becoming morbidly obese. 5. No man will ever love you the way God does. 6. Someday you will end up homeless with nothing but your pride to cover you in below zero weather. 7. No one really likes your poetry. They only say they do to be nice. 8. You will never find out if heaven has a ghetto. 9. You will never hear anyone call you mother. 10. You will make a terrible mother. 11. You were a horrible wife. 12. He is rummaging through your knife drawer. 13. The pastor knows what you did last night. He wrote his sermon just for you. 14. There's a lump in your breast. 15. He is living a double life. She gives him everything you can't. 16. You shouldn't have said yes. 17. You shouldn't have said no. 18. Is cancer. 19. He will kill you. The irony is it will play out just like your favorite episode of SVU. 20. Your name sounds so much like Jane Doe. 21. Plane crash. 22. Car accident. 23. Something is very wrong with you. 24. Racism will never cease. 25. Yes, you represent all Black women. Speak woman. Speak. 26. The candy you stole at age 10 has finally caught up to you. 27. When he tells you you're at work, he's lying. 28. Your breath is atrocious. No one knows how to tell you. 29. You can't really cook. When you turn your back, he feeds his food to the dog. 30. You are sure to die just as you were born, naked and alone. And
Holy shit, Alex.
that part. I got one full poem and then a bunch of haikus. I don't know.
We stand haikus.
You stand haikus here? Okay.
Yup.
You are my
We also stand Alex.
Forgiveness is for the mom guilt, the overconsumption of shame, the time I said I would not yell at my daughter and made myself out to be a lie yet again, trying to break generational curses and only bending them, the unsaid affirmations not pouring into my cup, then complaining of thirst, for the addiction to overspending, and the acceptance of less than, for bending my boundaries, indulging in unhealthiness, starving my spirit. Forgiveness is for me a sacred thing, for letting joy slip through my palms, for swallowing all of my rage, falling for a fuckboy and convincing myself that I actually liked it, sitting at tables that don't serve me, entering rooms that don't welcome me, keeping company to silence when my tongue employs a dissertation worth of love.
Yeah.
All right. So, some haikus. Okay, this is not a haiku first, it's just a short poem. Every time I hear sirens wailing, I flinch. It doesn't matter if it is a cop car or an ambulance. They both urge me to pull over and pray. Okay, now I'm going to do some haikus. Is everybody still there?
Yup.
Okay, it's good to know.
Gang, gang.
Okay, haiku. The inconvenience of requiring delivery fees for convenience. Haiku. Price of oxtails high. Cost so much to buy some ass. Not one bit surprised.
Talk about it.
Haiku. Problem is giving my heart away instead of making them earn it. Haiku. Playing tag only preps you for the arduous chase of finding love.
Come on.
Haiku. I left him and I do not regret it at all. I do choose myself. Haiku. The only sure thing about the future is that it is uncertain. I do that for you. Haiku. I talked myself out of many trips because of fear of going missing.
Whew.
Haiku. Love is the only exchange that does not require consent to receive. I'm due like 3 more haikus. I don't know how much. I think I'm good. Haiku. If you hate Black girls, then just say that shit. Why the justification?
Tell them.
Haiku. This haiku has a title, Long Distance Lover. Now haiku. It's simpler to pretend you didn't exist until I see you again. Okay. Last one. Haiku. I am not yours. No, America, you do not own this Black body.
Damn.
Yes.
Say you're ready for
Come
a
on.
haiku battle without saying you're ready for a haiku battle.
Talk about it.
I did win one before here in Dallas, so you know. I'm waiting. Whoever wants to do it, I'm down. Y'all my people. I love y'all. Thank you for having me. Everybody do the poems and shit. Rock on. Follow me. You can tip me if you like. Thank you.
Woo!
God damn.
Yes.
Yes. Fuck yes.
God damn. Wow. Thank you so much, Alex. That was amazing. Like everyone said, we stand haiku here. Like, first of all, I'm haiku and we all cool. So like haiku, like it's high and we cool. So like throw me away. But thank you so much. Wow. Well, that's the show. We can all go home now. No, we have a second round. Normally, we take the top 3 poets into the second round. We only had 3 poets. So, I mean, I guess it's still the top 3 poets. But yeah, we're taking everybody into the second round. Wonderful. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yes. You're all amazing. Give yourself a pat on the back. Because this is the money round. First place gets what how much does first place get? Shit, I can't count.
50.
$50?
Yes.
God damn. First place gets $50. So this is what y'all competing for. I've already been informed that there is at least one tie. So duke it out, but don't fight each other though. Like, don't actually duke it out. Wait a minute. But no, this is the money round, the serious round, the cha-ching round. So yeah, we take the poets in reverse order of appearance. So, very biblical. The first shall be last and the last will be first. Can you tell I went to Sunday school? Or was forced to go to Sunday school. And we was Baptist. We was Holy Ghost and this shit. Don't play with me. You ain't know nothing about my God. But that means the poets shall be reading in this order. I'm pretending like I got the order in front of me. Like I even remember the order from the last round. Bear with me, y'all. Damn it, what's my phone password? Here we go. The list shall be in this order. We have Kaya, then we have Kelsey Daniels, then we have Nicole. Give it up for every poet that's going to be touching the stage in the second round.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to slide right into the second round. All gas, no breaks, no palate cleanser, no sacrificial poets. We are going to go straight into the second round, which means that on deck we have Kelsey Daniels. But give maximum love to the first poet of the second round. Give it up for Kaya.
Woo!
Let's go, poet.
Mic check, mic check.
We can hear you.
Every nigga is a star. Every nigga is a star. Who will deny that you and I and every nigga is a star? I fear water the same way I imagine my ancestors did, tongue-tied and hope-filled that the miserly depth holds life, where the distance between freedom and here fails. They said, get out and vote, like men didn't stand in line at the ready only to disappear into the nation's bloody foliage. They said freedom of speech, like we haven't held the cauterized tongues of slaves who learned how to read while they split the night sky with their trembling screams. Truth is, The law has swallowed droves of my niggas into its boundless belly, and it's still hungry. My people ran to rivers, fed the current, their bones and their names, their faces, never loved again. I say the lost names nestled beside the morning sun, and a sky shatters, blood running rampant down its thighs like a beckon for birth or a reckoning for a redneck, a bullet, a blue jay, a slice of sweet, dry meat. I've learned to catch what taunts the hate in my mouth and crush it like the stained rapture of a blackberry's popping. I have learned to write because that is the only gift you can give the dead. I chart the memories of forgotten generations, say all the stories they had no time to birth between the tobacco fields and the cotton gin. I give them the only freedom they ever begged for, to be heard, and yet there was absence everywhere, even between the tongue and the teeth. When I say I cannot love, I mean I do not know my family's history. How one hand guided the next to its metal. How a body fell into its terror and bloomed a protest. On the night a father evacuated his veins in my city, my trembling fingers stood still. The air staled and tangled into carcinogen. There was nowhere to look but up.
Gang, gang, gang. Give it up for Kaya. What? Ooh, why am I the only one
Holy
cheering?
shit.
I know y'all didn't lose your voice on this little itty bitty Zoom slam. Come on now.
Holy shit.
I know we can cheer for poets. All right. On deck, we have Nicole, but give maximum love to our second poet in the second round. Give it up for Kelsey Daniels.
Y'all hear me?
Loud and clear.
Mommy, if anything ever happens to me, if those who state they serve and protect attempt to convince you that your daughter lost faith while in their company, took future into her hands, leaving you without a firstborn that lives off your hugs, it will be okay to cry, break, allow others to take care of you. For once, all I ask is that in the midst of your mourning, make time to drag out my skeletons before the jackals in blue distort them. Be bold. Sing your child's sorrows and misfortune. Tell them that I fought anxiety and depression daily, some days conquering more than others, that I danced with demons on prior occasions and found purpose in my valley, still had light. Tell them I was deeply sensitive, vulnerable. I smoked, had a temper and a hatred of injustice. Lay my nuanced humanity on the table and let them remember that I was here. I was your diva, but no angel. Breathed, loved, and thrived on laughter, was stubborn like daddy and loud like you. Always had an opinion, sometimes wasn't afraid to express it stubbornly and loudly. I remember after Corinne Gaines, we got into this argument. I, full of rage, defended her actions, how she chose to live in this unjust world that didn't love her back. I thought of Sandra and Tanisha and countless others who paid for the sin of Black womanhood, and you had tears in your eyes. Asked if that's really how I would behave too. The questions that never left your mouth but lingered in the room. Would you really be willing to leave me here alone? Make me Mamie or Sabrina? Be so blatant as to refund all I've ever poured into you to keep you from statistic? Ignore a broken record request to let me know when you make it somewhere safe so I can rest for one more night? Your tears gave me mouthful. I would never want to be the cause of permanent insomnia, as much as it would harm my pride for the sake of my mother still having a child. I would try to choose agitation as last resort. Striving to keep the Black life you gifted me with, I would wear respectability as hand-me-down dress. It's ishy. It don't feel like me, but it's heirloom and can't be refused politely without hurting you. In the midst of uncertainty, I guess I would try to attempt to become the most magical of Negroes. Zip my lips and atone for my silence later, but there are holes in this garment, Mom. Good behavior has never been bulletproof. There's no amount of yes and no officer with non-threatening smile that can save me if those in power deem me more suspect than human. So in the event that the natural order of things are reversed and you have to struggle to make eulogy of the child you carried. You can tell them, I was definitely no saint, did not have intentions of martyrdom, but did not have a fear of my convictions. You taught me that. On my tombstone, I would like it to mention how I found God in myself and loved her fiercely before having the pleasure to meet in person. Make sure they knew that my joy and dreams mattered just as much as my anger, just like my life and love for you. You can tell them you didn't raise no hashtag.
Gang, gang, gang. Give it up one more time for Kelsey Daniels.
Let's go.
Yeah. And for reference,
Woo!
Kaya got a score of a 27.9. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poetry and never the points. The poetry and never the points. All right. On deck, we have figuring out who won this money and probably talking shit. Not with you sitting at home because we don't know you, but you know, yeah, yes, with us sitting here, but we'll get there. But give maximum love to our last poet of the whole night. Give it up for Nicole Tracy.
Let's go.
Mic check.
We can hear you.
Ode to my vibrator. Sexual pleasure for myself, because pleasure was not a focus for far too long. Shame was meant to be a placeholder for pleasure. A piece of tape, a piece of gum, toothpaste in a tube. These things actually exist, but virginity is a concept. If I am tape, then I am duct tape, strong and hard to move once I've decided. If I am gum, then I am a pack of it, desired by many, but only a few get it. If I am toothpaste, then I am recommended by dentists and doctors and necessary for your health. Pleasure is expensive, but worth it. A vibrator is a one-time purchase, but an investment in myself. And can you really put a cost on pleasure? Many have tried. 1 drink, 2 drinks, a sexy dress and matching heels. Lingerie is a gift for me, for you. A fulfillment to your fantasies put before my basic needs. The world is ending, go buy your necessities, because pleasure is not a state-mandated necessity, and we will be closed tomorrow. The best vibrators are not shaped like a dick, because we know this is not the best way to get off. But without a dick, you are just not essential enough. You must be sexually compatible with yourself before you are compatible with someone else. Do not hold your pleasure close and in secret. Share it with whomever you deem should. Pleasure is expensive, but worth it. $200 is a much better purchase than the $16 Uber ride home. My vibrator will not forget my name. I will not forget my own name.
Gang, gang, gang. Give it up for Nicole Tracy. Woo!
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
And for reference, Kelsey got a score of a 27.5. Fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet and not the points. The poet and not the points. All righty. All right. Oh my God. I was like looking for another poet and realized that was the last poet. Whew. Jeez. Let me compose myself. And I'm composed. We are waiting for the last poet.
Congratulations, everybody. We're all sharing space.
Yes.
Just small space. I don't think I've ever done a 3-person slam. I think I've done a 4-person slam before, though.
One time I did a 3-person slam, except at the last minute they were like, okay, y'all should do like a 4, 3, 2, 1 slam. And I was like,
oh, what?
They, instead of doing a regular 2-round slam, they did a 4-minute round, a 3-minute round, a 2-minute round, and a 1-minute round.
I've heard of that. I like that though. That sounds cute. It's kind of, I don't have no 4-minute poems, but God bless to y'all.
A 4-minute poem, usually 9 times out of 10 is a 3-minute poem that you take your time with. Ain't nobody got time for this. No.
Like even then, I have like 2 of those.
LOL. And then for reference, Nicole got a 26.7. Again, fuck the scores. Give it up for the poet. And never the points. The poet and never the points. All right. So as we're waiting for the scores, let me tell you about the other shows in the Bay Area. Of course, there's us, yours truly, the Oakland Poetry Slam, right here every 3rd Tuesday on Zoom for now. We're still looking for a new venue, but on Zoom for now. Then there's every Wednesday, the Berkeley Poetry Slam on Zoom for now, but, and I'm really excited to say this, the Berkeley Poetry Slam is finally going to be back at the Plow, the Starry Plow in Berkeley, starting April 6th. Will be our first in-person show. I'm really excited. I know our entire crew is really excited. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Bay Area legend OG Jason Bayani is going to be featuring. It's going to be really great to be back home there. So hope to see our fans there. There's the Alchemy open mic every 1st and 3rd Saturday on Instagram Live. And then there's other shows that I can't remember, which is why you should follow us on social media at Oakland Slam, so you can stay sweetie tapped into all that we're doing. But we have scores. All right. In 3rd place with a 53.1, give it up for Nicole Tracy.
Yeah. Gang.
Anything you want to say to the peeps?
It is an honor to lose to the 2 poets tonight, because they are both wonderful. That is all.
We stand friendship, we stand support, we stand humility and all of those things, but don't forget that you are also a bad bitch and a badass poet. Lit. Thank you for sharing your words and your kindness with us. And then in 2nd place with a 50, ooh, let me clean the fuck out this screen, damn. It's not my laptop, don't even look at me funny, it's not my laptop. In 2nd place with a 55.2, give it up for Kelsey Daniels. Anything you want to say to the people?
That's my new friend.
Hey. Thank you. This is gonna be my weed money for the weekend. So appreciate it. I don't know if that's okay, but I don't know if children are watching, but it's legal.
Look. I've been smoking this entire time, so what can I say except we're friendly, we're 420 friendly. At least online, you in your own home. I ain't gonna judge you for what the fuck you doing in your own home. Absolutely not. Unless it's like, I mean, just don't get on a live stream and do crack now. Like, don't do anything you wouldn't want on the internet. Like, Lord have mercy. And then in 1st place, winning our grand prize of 50 whole American dollars, give it up with a 55.6. Damn, these scores were close. Give it up for Kaya.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anything you'd like to say to the people?
I feel like we should have all won. But I do think that this was fun, and I appreciate you guys being so welcoming and warm with me. My relationship with Slam has been very fractured for a while. So, like, coming through to these virtual spaces and feeling like I'm welcome, feeling like it's no bad vibes, or like, we're all just like here to compete. I really and I really appreciate the space you guys hold for honest poems, because sometimes slam can feel kind of like it's trauma farming, and I don't exactly like that all the time. So I appreciate this chill, fun, like funny space. We all just laugh and have a good time.
Oh, no, that really like touches me because that's exactly what we want this space to be. Like a lot of like what we started was like in response to like us stepping onto the scene and like thinking, these grown ass people don't know how to act.
No, exactly. Listen, I'll tell you more at the after party, but yes.
Right. We'll tell you more too, because let's just say I love the Bay Area poetry scene. I've been on it for a while now. It always has been, it low key sometimes continues to be a hot fucking mess.
Well,
and
yeah.
Part of what we do is trying to clean up that hot fucking mess. And I'm glad that we can be that space for you and for others. And if you would like to join this space, you can tap in once again to our social medias at Oakland Slam. There, you can find out how to sign up, join a workshop, donate, come to a live show. We'd love to see any of y'all there. I want to thank Nicole and Kelsey and Kaya. I want to thank Alex for the amazing feature. A thank you to our judges. I want to thank Becky for live streaming and Alexis for scorekeeping and literally everyone else who makes this show run. But yeah, that's it. We are going to see y'all next month for another amazing feature. Don't forget to check out our sister show, the Berkeley Poetry Slam, tomorrow via Zoom and YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. We would love to see you all there. But yeah, we'll see you later. See you next.